You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3, and it's time right now for the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. How you doing, Dan?
I'm really well. Thanks for asking, John. You guys doing all right? Everything good in Smallville?
Of course.
Grand. We're empty nesters, and it's hard to get used to.
Yeah, we are.
That's right. You finally booted the kids.
It's been awesome.
We've been warning them for like 18, 19 years.
No kidding. Well, I believe, yeah, because they're like, what, 7 and 12 now?
Yeah.
It's time they make their way in the world. I noticed when I stopped by the other day, things seemed almost a little too quiet.
Nice.
Around this small ranch.
Here's the struggle I'm having, though, Dan.
Yes.
I can't blame the kids for things anymore. Because before I'd make a mess, and then Heidi would say,
exactly who made the mess.
"What happened in here?" I'm like, "Oh, those darn kids tracking
Talk to them when they get home.
tracking dirt in from the backyard. What'd you do all day today?" "Nothing in the backyard."
This is a real game changer.
It is.
Yeah, before you know it, you two will be sitting at frying pan just staring at your menus for hours on end.
We already do that.
Not even making
we did that
contact.
before they moved out.
Wow.
What'd you have? The soup? Yeah, the soup.
Well, let's see, a couple things going on in the world. This on a sad note, and I was a huge fan, in fact, for a couple of years there, about the biggest pop act probably in the world, launched out of Sweden back in 1986. The lead singer of Roxette passed away.
Yeah, that's sad.
That is very sad. I loved them.
They're very good.
Marie Fredriksson, the blonde.
Never had a chance to meet her. Never had a chance to see them in person.
No.
I'd love to.
She's in a long-term battle with cancer, diagnosed about 17 years ago. So,
Wow.
yeah, finally
Quite a fight.
passed away. But yeah, Joyride, love it.
Yes.
It's great tunes over the years. In fact, Must Have Been Love was made a big hit. That was in the soundtrack with the movie Pretty Woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they had a lot of hits. So yeah, sad to hear that.
Absolutely.
And I guess this is good news. I don't know. I'm going to kind of throw this over to you, John, if this is good. It was this day, 2014. The world's first wiener transplant procedure was done by a surgical team at Hospital Cape Town, South Africa.
Why are you looking at me for that?
I don't know.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Well, it wasn't until 2014.
It was 5 short years ago.
Now, the John Wayne
This is
Bobbitt
like a nose
incident
job.
was
Can
long
you
before
pick
that.
out the
but
size and shape and
as far as transplant, well, you have to have a donor, and I'm guessing it's not a live one. Hey, I'm a match. He's my nephew, so
Do I need to sign something like that on my driver's license too?
You're asking the wrong guy.
I did ask if you wanted to be an organ donor.
That would be the ultimate, John.
Nobody wants it on me. Why would they want it on anyone else?
Yeah, I don't know the details, but I guess it worked.
We've kind of gotten off track here today.
Fine. I just think that's fascinating.
It's fascinating. Thank you for asking for my opinion on it. It's nothing weird about that at all.
Well, I don't know. I just looked at it and went, well, that's fascinating. But
It
I
is.
just thought
It
I'd,
is.
maybe bounce it off another guy. See what
Thank
you
you
think. So naturally, Heidi chimed in first.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time right now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Oh, how you doing there, little Smalls. Hey, John.
I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, wet his whistle here. It's a little dry out there, traversing through the woods all day.
I'll bet.
So, little Radio Rangers, gather around the radio. Old Ranger Dan will lay some critter knowledge on you. We've been focused on the Christmas season, of course, talking primarily the past week and a half or so about Santa's reindeer, and come up with lots of fun facts about reindeer and what they do and why they do it. And little Radio Rangers, you may be thinking to yourself, gosh, Santa sure has some great pets with those fantastic reindeer, but the fact of the matter is, them's working beasts. That's what those are for.
They're not pets?
Not pets. So the question becomes, does Santa Claus actually have a pet? Has he had a pet over the years? What's the deal there? A real pet?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
There's a terrific book that's been out for years and years and years titled The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus, which takes you from Santa's upbringing.
Oh.
Did you know Santa Claus was actually adopted as a child? He was found in the Enchanted Forest.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a true story, and as a boy, he was given a magical kitty cat named Blinky.
Okay.
So, yes, Santa Claus did have a pet.
Cat guy.
A kitty cat. Now, Blinky was a black cat with glossy, beautiful fur, big green eyes, and wore a little blue bow.
Okay.
Yep. Now, you'd think, well, it's Santa Claus for crying in the night, Ranger Dan. What the heck's do with the black cat? That's more of a Halloween situation, isn't it? All right, you are, little Radio Rangers. You inquisitive little buggers, yeah? Fact of the matter is, Blinky, his black cat, always stays black till recently because Santa Claus now happens to be the proud owner of Ranger Dan's Flocket Critter Kit.
Nice.
Blinky's now a big, fluffy, soft white after being totally flocked by Santa.
Got a blankie of snow on him.
Now, if you got a pet that's not white for the holidays, well, supplies last. Get your Ranger Dan Flocket Kit for just $29.95. That's 64 ounces of aerosol flock. Flocking all kinds of things. Your kitty cat, your dog, your muskrat. Maybe you got a gerbil, a ferret. Even great for topical fish. Also comes with one tranquilizer dart and a set of twist-tie bar restraints. Pick up your Ranger Dan Flocket Critter Kit at Amazon Prime, Northview Bait and Tackle, North Kiwanis, and of course Log Cabin Bar on West Burnside. That's all the time we have, little Radio Rangers. That's it, man. You know the drill. Go to school, say your prayers, go to church, eat your vegetables, don't play soccer. Goodness gracious, don't let me catch you wearing Crocs. Ranger Dan out. Yes.
Ranger Dan's Critter Corner on Sunny 93.3.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You are listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. Mr. Dan Farris in the studio now. You look like you got your serious face on over there, Dan.
This is pretty darn interesting.
What's going on?
The city, you know, I track a lot about what's happening at City Hall, what's going on, where the dollar's flying, who's spending what, who's scamming who, whatever.
Yeah.
Minnehaha County Metro Communications. That's like 911. That emergency, dispatch, blah, 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 blah. They're asking for a new facility. Facility that takes 911 calls for the county. Actually, they're asking for $8 to $10 million to get it done.
Wow.
I know. Metro Communications currently based in the Public Safety Building downtown. They got a staff of 53.
Oh, wow.
And they're juggling all these bodies and whatnot in about 4,000 square foot space. Now, they can do a redesign and a rebuild for less, but they're saying, hey, you know what? Let's just build us a new one.
Plan for the future.
So whether or not that's going to happen, I don't know. It's thought I'd do-re me, and it caught my eye because I only in my life, and this is going to be hard to believe, only once in my life have I ever called 911.
Oh.
And it was not my emergency. This is several years ago, maybe 7-8 years ago. Downtown Sioux Falls, about 2:30 in the afternoon, a beautiful, sunny summer day.
Yeah.
Pull up to the four-way stop, corner of 6th and Phillips.
Okay.
Okay, and you got the Albert House right there.
Yeah.
Well, then across the street, there's another building, which apartments. And at that time, not anymore, there was a beer joint down in the basement.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, I'm at a red light, and all of a sudden, the door blows open. Big dude comes stumbling out. Little dude comes stumbling out, followed by about a dozen other people.
Yeah.
And it's fist fight time.
Fisticuffs flying.
Fisticuffs, yes. It's a barroom brawl taken outside. And I mean, it just kind of explodes onto the sidewalk and out in the middle of the street. I'm part of the red light, and I'm like, as a good citizen, should I be doing something about this? Because apparently nobody really is. And part of me is laughing, and part of me is like, nah, this looks kind of serious. And I just, real quick, 911, bang, what's your emergency, sir? We got a brawl going on during the middle of the intersection. And what is your name? What's the difference?
Right, I'm just telling you.
And what is your number? What is your? They started asking me all these questions. And then my favorite was, can you describe the people involved? Which I finally said, I'm pretty sure this is the only fist fight going on in the intersection of 6th and Phillips.
If you find
Color me stupid, but...
you might want to just go ahead and break them both up if there's more than one.
I did. I just disconnected. It's like, why is this happening to me? It's like,
dispatch a car. We're good. We're good here.
And I'm going, by the way, the little guy was really good. Yeah, this big guy didn't have much on him, man. He was getting thumped. Yeah, I was impressed.
Did you stick around for the police to arrive?
No, I did, but I stuck around until the fight ended. Because it was just kind of, who doesn't like a good fight?
People behind you want to go honking their horns and stuff.
That doesn't matter. No, I actually pulled over just to watch some more.
Nice. This Good Samaritan story turned into something completely different.
It was so funny. By about the time she asked me, seriously, the fifth or sixth question I did, I finally just said, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the only fight going on.
Yeah, just come on down.
Can you describe?
I just had the opportunity to call 911 the other night.
How'd that work for you?
That was still just fascinating to me. The whole somebody breaking into our tower site. Just again, the whole thing is just so.
I've heard a lot of
weird
comments about it. People scratching their heads. People going,
there's been
what the heck,
almost
man?
100,000 people that have seen that post.
Holy cow!
Yeah, it's ridiculous because Facebook keeps saying, "Hey, this post is popular." I'm like, "Yeah, I've noticed that." There's almost 100,000 people that saw that post. So. Thank you to everybody that reached out. Absolutely. My favorite were the ones who contacted me wanting to start a posse. I was like, no, we are not starting a posse.
No, wait a minute.
I'm not totally
Wait a minute. Posses can be pretty cool.
And effective.
I'll bet.
I actually happen to have a special outfit for just that
Do you?
occasion.
Oh, my gosh.
I
You get
do.
a posse
I
outfit?
don't have a posse outfit.
I
I'm
do.
jealous. I need a
No, you
posse
need one.
outfit.
Yeah, I do. It's back in my closet.
All right. Well, coming up in a minute, I'm going to visit. I don't even want to know more. I'm going to just, I don't know why you have a posse outfit, and I don't think I want to know. I'm going to be able to plead ignorance at some trial in the future, I'm sure. Coming up in a moment, we got somebody that he can be a part of our posse. We've got SweetFisher, and he's doing this really cool thing. SweetFisher's making sweet dreams happen. Going to chat with him on the air here about that coming up in a bit.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. Thanks for listening to Sunny 93.3. We've got SweetFisher joining us in the studio. I'll have you pulled out right up by you there, Sweet. So you, first of all, have several folks that know you from your boxing days. How long were you a boxer?
Give or take around 20 years.
So you did that for a little while anyway.
Yeah, a little while.
And now people have probably heard on the radio here, we've talked about several times, a little game show called Making Sweet Dreams Happen.
Yes,
and
sir.
This is something that you came up with. When did you come up with the idea?
Almost exactly 2 years ago.
And then it came to fruition earlier this year?
October 7th was my very first official launch of Making Sweet Dreams Happen.
And if people would like to play, they'll have a chance to come and play tomorrow. You actually have a chance to play, and you could win how much tomorrow? If
$10,000.
$10,000. Now, here's the thing.
A guarantee of 10% of whatever we raise that night.
Okay. And here's the thing that I think is absolutely amazing on this, because you and I talked, I don't know, 6 months ago maybe, you were saying you wanted to do this, and then all of a sudden, hey, he's doing it. And I said, first thing I asked is, wow, you got sponsors? And no, you went out and raised the money yourself.
Yes, sir.
I think that's awesome.
I went to Minneapolis from the very first week of August until the October when I came back, and I
put in a bunch of overtime.
I worked 105 hours a week doing Lyft and Uber. I had about 28 people a day running through my car.
Holy cow. All of that so you could raise enough money to do this. So you could raise money to give away.
Yes, sir.
That sounds crazy. You know that, right?
I know. I never even thought about that till you brought it up to me last week.
But that's really, really cool that you did that, and I think it's awesome. Now, we were talking a little bit before we started doing the interview here. You have somebody in your life, several people that you know that have been affected by cancer, but you had a loved one that actually passed away about a year ago. And something that you said that it was interesting, you said she had, sixth bout with cancer? 5 bouts with cancer. And I got to thinking, because you had said a bout with cancer. Well, when you're boxing, there are bouts as well. Yep. So I'm like, I thought that was kind of interesting because you're a boxer. And, this is the biggest bout of your life. Is you're even though you're not the one with cancer, you're helping people knock it out. And you're raising money for people who are struggling with this just terrible thing. Everybody listening knows somebody who's been touched by cancer in a negative way. And this is a way to say, you know what? I'm going to fight for those who can't fight for themselves. You're out there raising money to give away. And I think it's a really cool thing. So thank you for doing what you're doing.
I appreciate it. All the proceeds on Thursday are going to a gal named Candy Padilla. And her dad has been in the hospital the whole time I've been trying to raise money for the last 3 weeks for him. And he's got brain cancer and possibly will not make it till Christmas.
Wow. So this would be a way to help out, because I'm sure when they're dealing with that, they've got other bills that are piling up and things that are happening. And how many different people have you had a chance to help so far that you've started since you started the game show?
This will be the second. I'm still working on the first one, which is a lady that's just got out of Sanford the week of Thanksgiving, who had her right leg amputated from kidney failure.
And if people listening would like to play, if they'd like to come out tomorrow night and they'd like to play the game and have a chance to win $10,000, but they're buying raffle tickets, and the money from those raffle tickets, they go to help these people.
Yes.
So how do they do that? Where do I go? What time should I get there?
Well, the JJ Billiards on 12th Street is where I've moved my fundraiser to. Been welcomed with open arms there.
Nice.
And it's a dark community, but it's a very loving dark community. And it's on West 12th Street by Easy Dough Casino, or next to the old Gas Plus or Mr. Nifty's there, for cheap gas. And I'll be there. I'll set up the game probably about 3 o'clock. And it's my version of Deal or No Deal. And I'll have a live stream of me putting all the envelopes into the raffle tumbler and shaking them up and then sticking them on the board so nobody knows where anything is. It's my version of Deal or No Deal.
Nice.
And if anybody wants to see an actual video of what it looks like, you can go to my website, which is makingsweetdreamshappen.com.
Nice. And
there's video on there and an explanation of what I'm about and what my company is about. And at 6 o'clock, we're going to draw one contestant. I'm hoping that Candy will be able to be there, but her dad's in the hospital, so it kind of depends. I'm hoping somebody from the family will be able to pick the winning raffle ticket.
Yeah.
If not, I'll just select somebody from the bar, a random person, and they'll pick one raffle ticket out of the tumbler, and that person will have a chance to play a fun, interactive game with me, and we'll kind of banter back and forth. And it's 5 rounds of 5. It's real simple, basic.
Yeah.
And at the end of the 5th round, I will make you a final offer of 10% of whatever was raised.
Yeah.
Or you can take a chance at whatever's left on the board.
Absolutely. Now, you've had one person win $10,000, and tell me the rest of the story on that. It was really cool.
It was a good friend of mine. We didn't have a lot of participants that day, so she was like a 1 in 5 chance of winning a chance to play, and she got to play, and she picked the $10,000 envelope. Nice. 1 in 30 chance. It was mind blowing, and at the end of the day, she donated the money back to Making Sweet Dreams Happen so that we could keep the cause going.
That's awesome.
The end goal is to grow this big enough that there's a surplus in the bank along with helping people.
Yeah.
So that somebody wins it. It's great that she donated it back. She didn't have to.
Yeah.
But the goal is to grow this so that we can just keep going from where it ended.
Yeah.
And not have to rebuild it again. Just keep the flow going and
the
keep
momentum.
helping people.
If people would like to play, what time should they be at JJ's tomorrow?
Well, no later than quarter to 6, but okay. I'll be there if they want to come down and meet me. Got questions?
Yeah.
Have a couple of drinks and visit.
Yeah.
About what I'm about and where I'm going and my vision for where this is.
Yeah.
But I'll be there about 3:00. That's when the doors open at JJ's.
Okay.
And I'll be there till. Well, I throw darts there that night, so I'll be there till 10:00. So if you just want to come down and meet me, I'd be honored.
Very, very nice. Well, Sweet, thank you for all you're doing, man.
Thank you.
I think it's a really cool thing. We're going to be there tomorrow as well. We hope you'll come and join us. It'll be a lot of fun. All of the details about Making Sweet Dreams Happen, you can see his website, makingsweetdreamshappen.com. And I've got a link to that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/sunnyradio.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. You're listening to Sunny 93.3. It's time right now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
It's going to have to wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
It's that time of year where I get to be Danta Claus.
Oh, Danta Claus.
Get my Danta Claus hat on. I know. Somebody's about to win. Not a 5, not a 10, not a 15, but a $20 gift certificate. From Eileen and the spectacular crew at Southeastern Hair Design and Day Spa.
That's nice to get right before Christmas.
You think?
Yes. What an amazing gift.
Right now, it's 15% off all products in the store.
That's nice.
Everything, including top of the line, Bare Minerals makeup, Aquage, and Joico, which I happen to be a big fan of.
Is that why you glow so much? You look great.
So relax, renew, and refresh with Southeastern Hair Design. And congratulations to Stephanie Wiggins.
Yay!
I hope I pronounced that correctly.
I don't think you did, but that's okay.
I'm not going to butcher that name. Stephanie Wegenhaupt.
Yes.
Stephanie
W-G-E.
Somebody will send you an email.
U-P-T. I'm guessing this is Irish. Stephanie Smith from Sioux Falls. Stephanie, thank you. Thanks, for listening and entering. I'll be in touch personally, and we'll make this magic happen.
Nice.
Okay.
You'll have to let us know how close you were on the name.
Wigahaupt.
So, do you need you want me to reintroduce the entertainment news of the day, or are you going to just go right into it?
I think we're good. I think it goes without saying after that segment, I am in the zone.
You are in the zone.
All right, from the top.
Celebrities are fabulous.
Celebrities are they're happy, they're shiny, they're filthy, dirt, and nasty rich. Because they do it for the do-re-mi. This is a bummer. I've been a fan of this guy since the 60s, since he first broke onto the scene as the captain of the Starship Enterprise.
What's a bummer?
William Shatner just filed for divorce.
Aww.
Yep, William Shatner, Captain Kirk, filing for divorce from his wife of 18 years, Elizabeth. News broke, just yesterday, actually. Divorce process should be a simple one, though. There's no prenup. They have no children between them. They say it's just, neither one is asking for spousal support, so looks like it's just going to be a clean break.
Huh.
Elizabeth is 61. Wild Bill, the Kirkster, he's 88.
Is he really?
He is.
At 88.
Yeah.
What could be the possible reason for saying, I think I've had enough here, I'm going to file for divorce? I mean...
Well, she's 27 years younger, so maybe it was her.
Could be.
There's no one here going, we're in a fight. There's no one going here,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. There's no news of that. So, but it could have been her. She could have woke up last week and went, oh, God, he's 88.
What am I doing?
Why did I marry the Shatner?
88. But still, he's still hilarious. I still love Bill.
You know, I've sent him numerous messages trying to get him to come on our program. I'm not kidding
He
you.
doesn't reply.
No, because he's got some Christmas music out. So, like, this time of year, I'll send it, hey, I'd like to do a little interview talking about your Christmas music, and no response. It's almost like the guy doesn't even know I exist.
That's a shame.
Well, and it's not like he really needs any more spotlight or anything. The guy's sitting there at 88 years old. He's got a net worth of $100 million, and that's cash. So, what are you going to do? He does all right.
He does those commercials for that one thing, too.
He doesn't need to do those either.
Yeah.
For Priceline.
William needs to do nothing.
I'm a fan of it.
Nothing. But still, always sad to hear when.
Yeah, I'm sad to hear that, too.
'Cause I'm a big fan.
I'll reach out to him. Maybe he'll want to talk about that during our interview.
I'm sure he will. Dial him up.
I'll try.
Yeah, William. John again.
It's me.
Remember me?
Now that you've got a little more time in your schedule, thought maybe you'd want to connect. Well, Dan, thanks for coming in with the report, sir.
Hey, thanks for letting me, man. It's
Absolutely.
a true blessing. You guys actually let me get away with this stuff. It's weird.
fun.
I don't know what's
We just
wrong
don't know
with
any
you,
better.
but-
That's all. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.